Hey world. Before I get started, please see the disclaimer on the description and on this video. And that's to say, no, you can't sue me for the contents of my videos if watching at your own discretion. So no suing, no legal actions, all that's waived. But on this session, I guess I wanted to add just a bit more to my confessions and coming out series. And this goes towards the, I guess me personally living alone, living with family, how they're pretty much driving me nuts with too much mouth and my own sense of freedom and independence. And this really ties into or branches off from the aspect of, well, in financial times, you do what you gotta do. In this case, living with family, and even if they drive you nuts, you really need to move out, but financially you can't. And like I said, as I mentioned, I moved out from home since I was like 18, went to college, lived away there, lived in dorms, lived in the apartments, moved out to Wisconsin, lived on my own for a few years there. And I'll say that because of my personal own upbringing and personal situations, that's just who I am. I needed to get away. And for some people, family's great. Be with them, all this other stuff. Now, I can't stand all those damn sociologists and psychiatrists and therapists that say, oh, family's important, this, and you gotta be with family, Christmas time, Thanksgiving, etc., blah, blah, blah. All those family gatherings and family reunions, yeah, they're great, but they're only great for functional families, not dysfunctional. That's right, dysfunctional, D-Y-S or D-I-S, dysfunctional family. It doesn't work for that. So when you got somebody that's constantly bitching on one end, you got somebody that's constantly being a retard on the other, you got someone with a bad temper there, you got someone that's always concocting ludicrous shit up here, and sadly you're related to them by blood. If being around them makes your blood boil and your sanity flush down the toilet, family reunions are not for you. Thanksgiving and Christmas is not for you. Hell, even if you can only take them for an hour, it doesn't work if it's dysfunctional. And that goes into independence. What is it worth? And I can tell you that I value my independence. And when I was living away at college and had roommates and in the dorms and in the apartments, I can tell you that, living in my own dorm room when I had the chance was good. Living with a roommate, yeah, you learn how to, I guess, room with people, socialize, compromise and shit. But at the same time, you also discover things about yourself of what I can't do, I will and I won't do. And if you're really economically, financially strapped, then sure, you can probably put that aside and, cohabitate with somebody or a group of friends or something. And then there are just those people that can't do that. And I know for one, I'm definitely one of those person. Because, like I said, I've roomed with someone from college. I mean, that was a small-ass room to be shared with two people, okay? And then in the apartment, so that didn't work. Because we were fine as long as we weren't in there together. Because I wanted peace to study, or I wanted to listen to my music. He wanted peace, and he wanted to study, sleep. That's a mess. And then I roomed in with a friend, the apartment. I swear, one night, he pissed me off so bad of knowing I had to get up early in the morning and go to work. His ass is over there blaring the damn TV on and just leave the and I only had like 2-3 hours of sleep and my full course load. I swear I just wanted that time, the thought in my head, get up and shove his head against that damn wall, bust it open. Cause like, what the hell you doing, man? I'm trying to sleep here. And it's, again, maybe that's my more evil side coming out there. But I mean, it's not a one-time thing, and it's just been compounding and leading up to that. And it's just, and he knew what the hell he was doing. He was pressing my button, you can say. And Josh, yes, I'm talking about you, asshole. I know you're watching, or if you do watch, this is when we were in the dorms. So because of that, you know, that's one. And then rooming and going to the apartments, that was a bit better, but at the same time, because everyone had their own rooms, they still had to share the common floor space, kitchen, living room. That wasn't as bad, so that's more doable. But even then, when it really helps when you're in college at that time, but at the same time, it's more bearable for the apartments versus the dorm, unless you got somebody that you can just get along with in the dorms. And then when we moved out to separate apartments elsewhere, I roomed in with the dumbass again, because this time he promised me, you know, yes, I'll do as you say, you know, we'll keep to our agreements of what we agreed upon for rooming together. Did he keep up to his end of the bargain? No. Again, Josh, you know, I know if you're watching or will be watching, I'm talking about you, asshole. So, on that note, and it's, you know, whether it's friends or families, you just get to a point where you just can't room with some people once you get past a certain age. And that's true for children and parents. And of course they might have their empty nest syndrome. And depending on how functional, how loving, tender your own family is. You know, some people can move back in with parents and it'll be okay. Some people can't do it. Right here, can't do it. And it really amounts to, and Josh tells me this as well, because of your nature and just the way that you are, you can't room with anybody unless you're fucking them. And that's really just to say that unless it's going to be a significant other, wife, etc., I really don't think that I can. You know, and like I said, the families over here driving me nuts. Can't do it with them. Friends, try that. That shit don't work. It might be tolerable, but that shit don't work. And then trying to room with separate strangers, you know, apartment, that's half and half, at least for me. For some people it works fine. But, you know, I'm not the only one that thinks that, and I know there's a shitload of other people out there that feel the same way, that, you know what, unless it's a significant other, there are so many things that you're unwilling to compromise on that it's just not going to work because you're being intimate with that person. There's so many things that you can forgive or will forgive, but at the same time, you know, that's really what it amounts to. And I was paying around $800 to $1,000 in Wisconsin for my own apartment, single. You know, it really hurt for financially, couldn't get any bills paid, etc. Pretty much in the red or making ends meet, or pretty much zero, you know, as far as trying to save up for anything. But as opposed to that versus living at home, you know, and having to put up with the shit that I do now, I'll say that it's definitely worth it. And, you know, it's more than worth the peace, sanity, and independence. But, you know, it is what it is. So I'll end it there, and I'll see you guys next time.